Hats off to you, citizen. I'm just starting the live stream on YouTube right now.
Cool. Try to shut the fuck up. I mean, I got a lot of shit to say, but I know you're busy, dude.
All right, and now it's going. What a weekend.
Yes, sir. I was sitting thinking about what's really going on, and talking to Nicole and talking about foundations and stuff. It's all about the freaking money, dude. Motherfuckers. Everything.
Really?
It's all about what we're doing right now.
Yeah, and the crypto markets are taking a tumble, and a lot of people think it's because of what Elon said and what he's been tweeting out. But either way, we can talk about that. Let's get started with the live stream. So it is Monday, May 17th, 2021, and the pledge is, I pledge my mind to the respectful recognition of the sovereign liberty essential to human dignity. I pledge my hands to the creation and maintenance of communal, cultural, and ecological prosperity. I pledge my eyes to watch over the integrity of truth and justice with the acceptance of the natural balance of diversity and equality. I pledge my heart to the connection that binds all of us throughout creation. And I pledge my whole being with humility and love to the grateful service of all sentient beings and human consciousness. And I will duly act in accordance to the principles derived from such wisdom. So that being said, that just saying that actually helped me with an issue that I was having this past weekend. So that's really, I'm glad for that. Okay, putting my phone on Do Not Disturb.
Bad idea.
And I want to give everybody some updates. We were hoping to announce on the app this Friday and essentially Saturday that we were going to open up the sale. But some really cool things happened. And by really cool things, I mean some really great opportunities. I think I mentioned a little bit about them last week with the ETA, which is a organization out of Switzerland that works on DAOs and legitimizing DAOs in a regulatory framework and also, a legal framework and taxation. In the process of that discussion, it looks, I don't want to get ahead of myself, but it looks like we're going to potentially do some work with them to help further the issue of DAOs being, and DAOs, for those of you who don't know, are decentralized autonomous organizations, which is what PHIRE has been since its inception. That is to say, it is a sovereign entity operating on its own, managed and run by all of the people involved, using an architecture of code that allows them to work efficiently and come to consensus and execute on those consensus decisions rapidly and with validity, knowing that those decisions are actually true and verified. This is the gift of the blockchain, right? Being able to have digital currencies and all, but really it is about governance and about being able to verify consensus or decisions between a large group of people wherever they are in the world in a secure fashion. So with PHIRE, the idea is that we create an organization that is completely autonomous. It doesn't need the governance of a government or a board of directors. We all are the board of directors. And the people who are in positions of leadership, quote unquote, or on the council or whatever, are actually just janitors of the system. The idea is that if you are leading an organization, you're really in service to the organization. And so we put that into strict and really clear context with a couple of different mechanisms that we'll get into in a little bit. But essentially what happened was we had a conversation with them. We are setting up a governance structure and a corporate structure that allows everybody to take part in this wonderful opportunity without being accredited investors and without me being in control of it, in a sense, where the SEC is going after Ripple and all of these things, and they're making a huge case for the crypto community, which is amazing. And I think we're going to see some incredible results out of that. But if we're issuing a token and it's considered a security, then I get into a lot of trouble. So we figured out, let's not do it that way. Let's do it this way that actually protects everybody, makes sure that everybody can get involved, and actually simplifies the process for all of you. And what I mean by that is we were considering going straight to the decentralized exchange at 25 cents, removing the liquidity once you all had your opportunity to get some, and then going and re-uploading it basically, but at $1. We now have what I think to be a really great solution where you guys will just be able to go to the website, use a credit card or whatever cryptocurrency you have, including BNB for those of you who have went and got them, and get the tokens directly to your wallet instead of going through this convoluted process, which I had the website built and all of this behind the password, and I really wanted to show you, but it's got some really good videos on how to get BNB, how to use MetaMask, how to use Trust Wallet, and all of this stuff. But what I think we're doing is, and you know, a friend of mine says this: whenever God delays something, it's not a delay. It's like it's actually for your benefit. And what we're seeing already, just from having opened up this question with the ETA and then all of the subsequent conversations, is that we can A, simplify the whole process, B, have much more control over it. I hear you. I'm gonna come get you. Just give me a second. That's the bird, lightning. And the other bit would be to, again, make it really simple and really smooth for everybody to get themselves some FHIRE. In conjunction with that, we have our SAFT contracts for accredited investors, and we've got like a whole line of them right now. So I'm going to be going through a lot of conversations this week to bring them all on board and kind of get this whole party started. And my goal is a launch date, but I don't want to say it yet because like we just saw some things kind of shifted, and it's actually, again, better for everybody that they shifted. But essentially, like, you know, before summer or at the very beginning of summer is like what we're looking at, a couple weeks at the very most. So that's the updates on our end from FHIRE on. I'm trying to think if there's any other really cool things that happened over the course of the week besides all of these new investors coming on board and the restructuring of the sale. Let me grab the bird and I'll be right back. All right. You're gonna be quiet, right? So that being said, we're still moving ahead with the FHIRE on phone. We've got a number of different conversations with some very big organizations that will be buying hopefully like a couple million at a time. And our strategy there is to go, you know, privately to like large government contracts or institutional clients, so that we can, you know, I don't want to compete with Samsung and Apple and all these folks for their phones. Like, we want to just get this new technology on the market, which allows people to scan for COVID or any other real, you know, any disease essentially. So we have a lot of movement on that front as well. So I wanted to open up questions. Looks like Angelina's got a question. Go ahead.
So hi, I was just wondering, is it going to be the same onboarding process with MetaMask and PancakeSwap and all that for the token? Are you still planning on that process being the same?
In some respects, yes. In the fact that you'll be able to put FHIRE tokens on your MetaMask and Trust Wallet. So all of the work you all have been doing to learn how to use those apps and those wallet systems, super critical. So that's going to be the same, because you will be able to create a wallet specifically for the FHIRE token in those two apps. Whether it's going to be the DEX on PancakeSwap, that is going to happen when the coins are launched to the public. So yes, again, that also is the same. But when it comes to getting the token early for all of our wonderful community, then it'll probably be a lot smoother, where you just go to the website and it kind of walks you through it.
Great, thank you.
Yeah. Hi, Maya. You have a question?
I'm mute. Hi, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Hi.
Good to see you.
Good to see you too. I wanted to ask if about the phone. Is it going to be like an OS developed by you guys?
Eventually, that's the plan. Yes. What we have to do, just for time's sake and for expedience, is we're launching on the Android platform, which will be new for me because I've never had a phone that was not an iPhone or a BlackBerry. So I'm going to be having to learn that system, but it's relatively simple, I think. But yeah, it'll be an Android phone this year, and then we will get underway to making it what I envision, and I've kind of run it by some of our team, and they think that it can work this way, is to create a blockchain OS. And that's kind of where the whole ecosystem is moving to, frankly. We've got Web 3.0 that's happening. What's up, Jeff? We've got a whole Web 3.0 thing that's happening where you can put up a website on a blockchain developed web, and all right, you can't do that. A whole website, that can't be removed or censored, which is very valuable right now. But eventually it's going to go to like a full operating system. And you're seeing that with things like Cardano and some of these others, whereby, they're working towards that as well. So the market hasn't matured as a whole yet to be able to make that happen. But I think with our team, who has made some of the most innovative stuff throughout history, I think we're going to be in a good position to do that. We might even be able to bypass that whole system and go straight to a quantum computer, which is what I told you like a couple of weeks ago, which is what we want to do. We're create a central quantum computer or a network of quantum computers, and each of the phones essentially be terminals without the need for a full processing chips and everything, where everything's processed on a basic like network of quantum computers and then accessing it through your phone system.
I was asking because recently I bought what they call a Pine phone, and the Pine phone, what's really the Pine phone?
Pine,
yes, Pine, like the tree. Pine phone. It's basically a phone for developers. So what I like about it is that in the hardware, I can switch on and off the front camera, the back camera, the Wi-Fi.
right?
I can shut it up, and it's pretty simple phone. And then you boot up in the micro SD card. You boot up any operating system. So I'm playing around with Ubuntu Touch, Arch Linux, a whole bunch of stuff that's out there. So it would be pretty cool if it was an OS that I can just boot up into the phone.
That's really cool.
Thank you for answering my question.
Yeah, no, I appreciate it. Thank you for showing me a new thing. Is Pine phone? It's Linux based, and it looks just like a very, very simple, straightforward system. That's really cool. So
yeah,
it's on Linux.
It's very easy to use in terms of hardware, and it's not like super fancy camera or anything like that, because it's still developing. But the cool part is like all the safety features, because you can put your own operating system, you can shut your microphone, your camera, everything on the hardware. So you have like basically no spying, no nothing like that.
That's really cool. I'm gonna have to dig into this some more because
and it's only $200. It comes with
I'm seeing that
with a little. It comes with this little thing where you can even plug directly the Ethernet cable, so like you can use it like a computer basically.
That's pretty cool. Our provider and manufacturer right now, the phone is an Android phone, but it has like really good cameras and really fast processors and everything. I think when we it looks like what we're going to end up doing is something like what Pine is doing, because we're going to end up having, it's not going to be Linux, it's not going to be Android, it's not going to be iOS, it's going to be something completely different. But if this is, I'm going to dig into this. Thank you for showing me. It's pretty cool. I might want to get one just to try it out. I'm not familiar with Linux as a personally, but I understand it's very, very versatile. And it's sort of like, not to be disparaging, it's sort of like the geeky operating system out there, right? Like people who really know what they're doing use Linux. That's very cool. Thank you. Jeff, looks like you got a question.
Yeah, so kind of that same end and getting an Android version kind of like to boot. I don't know how much you looked into the Rob Braxman, but kind of the idea of it having a bunch of spyware on it doesn't appeal to me a lot. Especially if it's something that we're trying to do that isn't going to get compromised. It seems a little dangerous to have like initially all of the original people very transparently, like Google knows exactly what we're all about.
Yeah.
That seems pretty risky. So it's hard because you don't want to, like you were kind of saying, like you don't want to put your like foot in too many ponds or whatever. Like you don't want to overextend yourself, but it could also compromise. So I was just thinking about that.
Yeah. So I'd have to talk with our cybersecurity guy and see how we can really de-Google the phone before it actually hits the market. I think I'm fairly certain that there's good ways to do that. But then it's also up to the user really to know what they're doing when it comes to that. And it might make sense to do like a series of videos, but I'm pretty sure that there are probably a lot, like it looks like Rob has a whole bunch of stuff on how to de-Google your stuff anyway. It might make sense for us to have a conversation with him too. I don't know if he's too big though, if he'd take the time to chat with us. We could probably hire him, I'm guessing.
I don't think he's too big. I know he's busy. He just did an interview with James Corbett. I'm pretty sure you're familiar with him. So I don't think he's too crazy busy. It's a serious inquiry. So, I mean, he might be down. I don't know.
Yeah. He looks like I mean, if he's on the Corbett report and like, he probably is really busy and he's probably got a lot of people following him. I'll see if I can break through the noise. It's sort of like, you know, what chips fall when. And we've really been focused. It's one thing to say, hey, we raised, you know, $500,000 and we're, you know, gotten this far and we have this great community and we're doing all these things. And it's another thing to say, yeah, you ready for a paycheck? We've got it. Like we need to get this thing all shored up before this thing happens, right? So we're still like in the infancy of PHIRE in that regard. And what's really cool is we're getting a lot of real players with high integrity and high profiles that are starting to be like, okay, this is something definitely to look at and something definitely to take seriously, both in the influencer world and then also in the world of real kind of infrastructure, security, and business, right? So we have like a world-class developer team, we have world-class advisors, world-class legal team, like we have all of everything, right, in that regard. And now it's just time to actualize it into real capital, into the company in such a way, and safe, meaning regulatorily safe, and that I don't have to like look over my shoulder for the SEC or whatever, and then B, structurally sound in a regulatory tax jurisdiction where we're able to take all that money and really use it to its highest potential, right? And bring a lot of good to the world, because just to give you a kind of overview of the corporate structure, we're setting up a Swiss foundation in Switzerland with a Swiss bank account to make extra efforts alongside the ETA to educate people on DAOs, educate people on why they're important and how they function, and sort of like be out there cheerleading for the kind of governance structure that we're building, right? As sort of like an educational foundation, right? Which is kind of what Ethereum did as well. We're sort of following the same structure that they have for their sale that they had, you know, 2014, I think it was, 15. And then we have a couple offshore businesses and bank accounts that are owned primarily by non-US citizens, so that we can make this as seamless as possible for you guys and have it just so that because the whole DEX thing was so that we could get around it and be like, well, we're not releasing it. It's open on a decentralized exchange, but better to take accountability, which is something that I really harp on a lot, and just set it up in a good way so that we can offer it really easily and clearly for you guys. Little feather. So yeah, so when that happens, and then we've got, you know, enough capital to come in, we can bring Rob in as an advisor, pay him, put him on the board, and have him oversee, you know, our de-Googleization alongside the pirate chain fellas and some of our security experts as well, you know. So the idea is to make sure that people don't like the idea of KYC in the blockchain space for a lot of reasons, but if you're doing legitimate business, and I've helped facilitate $100 million deals in the blockchain brokerage space, right? And when somebody doesn't want to do KYC, I don't do business with them. And there's a lot of good reasons for that. I've seen every scam in the book, and you know, a lot of times they're unscrupulous characters trying to sell, you know, money that they've made from trafficking or something. So if somebody's willing to do KYC, then we can protect everybody's privacy in there. So it's basically like you come to the gates, we check who you are, make sure you're not a criminal or doing any of these horrible things. And it's like, okay, welcome, come into this clean economy where we know no trafficking, no money laundering is possible, but we don't know what you're doing because that's your business, right? So that's a thing that I haven't seen anywhere on the market. And I think it's a place where we fit. And my good friend Luke Stokes just mentioned the other day, he said, whoever figures out a stable price transactional currency that becomes ubiquitous and used, owns the blockchain space. And that's kind of where we're going to be, because you've got Tether and USDC, but there's so many questions about the validity of their pricing or whatever. Whereas with us, it'll be really clear. You come in with $1, you get 1 Earth credit. You come in with $5, you get 5 Earth credits. It's a really clear banking system where we don't fractional reserve lend, meaning what we have on the books is what we have. And instead of trying to play funny games financially with that money, we're actually using it towards what you all want, and then making legitimate money on processing the transactions. We can undercut the entire market by many factors, and make it much more beneficial for the vendors as well. So it's like all the incentivizations are there. Once we get rolling, it's going to be a matter of marketing. And what I'm hoping is that we're building a community here that will all get trained essentially to become ambassadors for the corporation and for the mission, and go out and empowered to go bring on new vendors and grow the market organically. Like people tried to do with Bitcoin in the early days. Everybody was like, hey, go accept Bitcoin. And everybody was just self-appointed, enthusiasts and also evangelists for the Bitcoin space. Now imagine you get paid for that, and it's in your incentive benefit to do that. I think once we hit that marker, we'll be able to run really fast. And then just a key for the development protocol. A lot of people have been asking, what's your blockchain? What's your blockchain? And I'm saying, well, we're launching the token, the PHIRE token, as a BEP token, and all of our new client tokens will be airdropped straight to your wallets. So we create a Dennis Rodman coin or Michael Jordan coin or hip hop album fancy artist coin or whatever. People are going to get, any PHIRE token holders are going to get at least 15 of those new, because we already have 14 licenses sold and Earth credits. So people are going to get 15 new coins within the first 3 months directly to their PHIRE token wallets. So it's just a matter of function and form right now. And then as we go to our own system, our own proprietary chain, we will have essentially a couple different ones. One for data, one for medical data, one for social data, one for transactional data and currencies. And we will likely be using the Stellar and or Ripple infrastructure in regards to the transactional quotient of this equation. The governance will be what makes it work, and not like a centralized corporation. You have to have the cell defined, which in this case would be PHIRE on the bank, the cooperative credit union essentially, but then the governance is what makes it decentralized, kind of like Switzerland. They are an entity. It's a one thing. It's Switzerland, but their government is decentralized into such a manner that they're very efficient and able to have like almost immediate representation. Add a little bit of the Iroquois Confederacy into that, and all of this new technology that allows us to enable rapid decision making, and we have like the ingredients for a really remarkable stew. Cool.
Sweet. That sounds good.
I tend to go off a little bit.
Yeah,
so
I know. You went on a roll, so I just like turned off video. I went back to cooking breakfast. So yeah,
Cool.
that sounds good. Yeah.
All right.
And the fact that your KYC is like makes you a little less concerned about Google initially, because you already verify who we are. So like maybe it's a little less of a concern, but
yeah, I think
still a good way to go eventually.
Yeah, I think the only, like, we're not a political organization. We're not about, standing for any political things. All we want is good values. We want people to be happy, be decent, be healthy. It's in our best interest that everybody is happy and healthy and wealthy. It's in the benefit of the planet and our entire superorganism that everybody is at the height of their capabilities, right? And pursuing a striving towards betterment. And that's like our values. We want a clean earth. You know, we want healthy children, and we want to live in balance and grow our spiritual understanding of who we are and what we are in relation to all of these things, right? So creating a clean environment, utilizing the best technology available in order to, you know, better our situation instead of have it degrade in the ways that it has been. So I see a lot of new people in here, which is very exciting to me. Some names that I have not seen before. I see Keith Everett Brooks. I know Keith personally. I'm glad you're here, Keith. We've got John. Do I know you, John? I think I do. And then we've got Jackie's iPhone 6, Jennifer Schroeder, MJ, Araceli Cisneros. I'd love for you all to, anybody who's new, stick up your hand and give us a quick introduction, your name. Oh, hey, what's up? Give your name, where you're from, and what your superpower is. Otherwise, I will call on you. So we're going to go to Araceli Cisneros. I don't know if that's your real name. It's really cool. But if you'd like to introduce yourself, please. And share about how you found out about us and what your superpower is. Araceli, do you hear us? All right, in the meantime, we'll go to Jennifer. Hi, Jennifer. Okay, you've been here before. Let's see who else we got. Keith, would you like to introduce yourself, please? Tell us a little bit about yourself and where you are and what your superpower is.
Hello, my name is Keith. I'm in Del Rey. My superpower is communication, love, working with people to achieve our highest good. And I'm glad to be here to support this movement.
Sweet. Thanks, my man. It's good to hear your voice again. I know Keith for a long time. We've been in Sweat Lodge together a lot and have worked together. Good. Stacey, would you like to tell us a little bit about yourself and what your superpower is?
My name is Stacey Chaswiak. I'm from Illinois, and I heard about you guys through my brother with Baseline Chat. And
oh, right.
Yeah, and I'm just trying, you know, I know what you and being in this movement, and I don't know. I guess my biggest superpower is having kids. No, I'm kidding. I don't know. Probably just love and light, I would guess. Probably about it.
What's that?
I don't know. Love and light?
Yeah. Very cool. Well, welcome. I'm glad you're here and sharing your time with us. Is there anybody else in here who is a new first timer?
I am. This is Jackie Mishori. I'm in Illinois.
Hi, Jackie from Illinois.
Hey, I'm kind of new to crypto in general, so this is a lot of learning for me. But I first started listening to your fireside chat and loved, I don't know, how long is it? 3 minutes or 90 seconds or whatever?
Oh yeah, Baseline.
Baseline, yeah.
Yeah.
And just was very intrigued with the combination of crypto and being at your highest self and for the greater good of humanity, and your astrology, kind of the whole. I was interested in all of it, and I don't know. I'm just this might be moving a little too fast for me because I'm trying to understand the pancake thing. I'm like really in the beginning parts of this.
Right on. Have you done some videos? Have you watched some videos on decentralized. So
Yeah, is there something you can recommend for me? Because I am like I also have a job, I'm a
Right.
realtor,
Yeah.
and it's not always easy for me to stay like, day to day. So is there
Yeah.
like a video you would recommend?
Yeah,
Two?
I think I posted some in the chat, but they, the chat moves quick.
It does.
You can pin some. So a couple things. A, be patient with yourself. Coinbase is a real great place to start. Watching some videos on how to buy, use, and trade cryptocurrencies is a great place to start. This is another reason why this delay is really like a God delay, because expecting new folks that are coming into crypto to go and learn how to use a decentralized exchange, which took me a long time to understand how to use, and I'm familiar with crypto, right? So it's a little bit daunting, right? So it's a good idea for you to learn about the decentralized exchanges, but also just like some of the basics, some of the and there's a great Telegram chat group to be a part of called the Crypto Geese. I do a podcast with this wonderful group of agorists called Unleash the Goose, and they have a whole crypto community in there. That's
great.
t.me/crypto geese. And they have a lot of really great starters and introductory videos on how to get involved in crypto. And then I'll keep on the PHIRE.com website. Behind the password are a bunch of videos and instructions. And in the next few days, I'm going to really have it dialed in how we're going to execute on this whole sale with this really simple method. And so what I think I'll do is just in the meantime start posting some of the videos that I've found, and if any of you all have found videos that you've found to be very helpful on how to use MetaMask and Trust Wallet, go ahead and post those in the Telegram chat, because I think it'll be helpful for a lot of people, and I'll pin them in the FireOn official chat. How about that?
Okay, that's great. Just so you know, I am on 3 of your channels on Telegram.
Okay.
But is there a website outside of that?
Yeah, PHIREON.com, PHIREON.com.
Okay, that's all.
Yeah, more explanation on how FireOn works and why and what the.
Yeah, that would be great. And then my last question is, I actually am, I just kind of delved a little bit and bought some XRP.
Yay.
Yeah. And I bought Doge and sold it, but it was, I sold it just as it was coming down. So I actually did make a little money.
Good for you. Awesome.
Yeah. But so at the time I had no idea how to get XRP other than to go on Uphold. So what are your thoughts on Uphold? Would you suggest going to Coinbase for, well, you're probably not on Uphold.
I am not on Uphold.
I'm a little nervous about it. The only reason I am on it is because I couldn't find XRP anywhere else.
Yeah, no, I know you can get XRP on KuCoin and probably CoinEx. I'm pretty sure. Let me check.
Are those pretty reliable, KuCoin?
Yeah, they're centralized exchanges, but Uphold is.
You can get it on CoinEx.
Is that CoINEX?
Yep.
Okay. Yep. Do you guys recommend one over the other?
No, I like both.
Okay.
For different reasons.
Okay.
Yeah, you can get XRP on there.
Cool. All right, great. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah, of course. I'm just looking what happened to my CoinEx. Okay, we have another question from Mr. Keith Charles.
Not so much a question, everybody. Good morning. My name's Keith, but what Jackie was explaining and what you just said about having some patience, I wanted to just share my experience trying to get into learning what to do, watch the videos, and I developed my Binance and my Trust Wallet, and I missed one thing. I wasn't patient, and I bought BNB in the Trust Wallet, and they sent me to Simplex, and Simplex charged me $70 for a $500 transaction. So then I realized that I should have took my wallet into Binance first and then did it in Binance, and then it would have linked over. So that whole connection and how, the sync, just one step, if I needed to be in through one more door or step and I would have probably been right in and everything would have been great. So now I have X amount of BNB in, I don't know where the frick it's at. It's not in Binance chain, smart chain. It's in Binance, the BNB, but not in the smart chain. So it's like, okay, what the heck did I do?
It's in the gold token, in the black with the gold, right?
Okay, correct.
All right. Hit me up later on Telegram, DM me, and if I have some time, probably this evening, because I'm literally meetings to meetings all day, I'll see if I can take a look at it with you.
Understandably, I understand, it's just trying to find my way back, get back on the track that I'm supposed to be in. So it's there, it's real.
Yeah.
It hasn't been lost.
Right.
But just trying to grab it and bring it where I need it.
Yeah. There are ways to swap it essentially.
And not have to pay another $70.
Yeah, that's the kicker, isn't it?
Yeah.
I actually know this. I saw this on a TikTok video. Somebody was explaining that exact process. I don't think I saved it.
I'll get back to you. I'll try.
Yeah, but there are videos that deal with that specific issue. A lot of people have had that similar issue. So I know that there are YouTube videos about it. Just do a search for BNB to smart chain, right?
Cool. Thank you.
And that should get you started. Fong says, I love Uphold, and a YouTuber said that he thought Uphold was run by white hats. Very interesting. I'll have to look into it. Hi, Fong.
You know this YouTuber too.
I do?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Any hint?
Oh, I'll just tell you. His name's Jace from Cosmic Origins.
Oh, yeah, of course. I know Jace. I'm going out to his event. Thank you so much, by the way.
You're welcome.
I will be speaking and performing at his event in Sedona.
That's great. We should try to get some more PHIRE folks to go out there.
That would be swell. That would be a whole lot of fun.
Right?
Yeah, I think once we're like dialed in, like I'll let everybody know, and we'll see.
Yeah.
We have like a PHIRE.
Did he tell you the date yet?
He said that there were 2 different dates that they were looking at. So once that's really finalized, and I could be wrong. By now, they could have actually got it dialed in. I don't know. I haven't checked, but I want to make sure the birdie doesn't poop on me, on my suit, I should say.
Jason got a new bird too.
What kind of bird?
I don't know. It starts with a C. Oh, he
Cockatiel?
got 2. He got 2. It's not a cockatiel. You should. It's so funny because everybody's got their birds.
Lightning.
I know.
Very cool. Awesome. Well, thank you. So I'll have to check out his video. So Fong got me and Jace. We've known about each other, and he was been like watching, and I've been watching his stuff. And he and she was like, "Yo, you guys should connect." And he's throwing this big festival in Sedona this summer. And there you get your cat. Nice. Is he gonna want to eat the bird?
No, she's pretty cool.
Okay, cool. So yeah, so that's been. Oh, there's this other really great tour that's going on, Let Freedom Ring tour, and it's got Robert David Steele, Sasha Stone, a lot of like well-known people in the truther and sort of like conscious community. Going to like 87 some different cities, and I'm in communication with those guys, and hopefully, I'm going to become part of that tour. So see how that unrolls. I'm supposed to meet Sasha here pretty soon. So
I mean, it's just nice for us to all be able to meet in person. It's wonderful to be able to have access online, but I feel like everything's so intense right now, and people are starting to group together. And I would love opportunities to meet people in person.
Yeah, same. We got Stacy says, I have the potential same issue as the gentleman speaking before, Keith. I have gotten BNB through the Trust Wallet directly, but I have no clue how to get it transferred over to MetaMask. I missed the beginning, so not sure if you covered any of that, and I missed it. Sorry. No, we didn't actually cover that. There are videos on YouTube, specifically how to get your BNB into the Binance chain or Binance Smart Chain. So there's two BNB tokens. One is black with a gold little logo in it, and one is gold with a white logo in it. The gold with the white logo is the actual BNB. To get it switched over to the Smart Chain, it might just be as easy as sending it to the BNB Smart Chain address, test it with a little bit, see if that works. I feel like that's what I did, and that's how it worked out for me. But again, do your research and go on YouTube and find out how to send BNB to the Smart Chain, and vice versa. That's what it was, Keith. This video I saw a guy, and he was trying to explain how to send your BNB and get it back into fiat if you're on the smart chain. So there's videos out there for both ways, right? Because it's sort of like a crucial issue for anybody who's operating in these ecosystems. So I want to open it up. We're at 11:40. I want to open up to anybody who's got any more questions or new people that like to introduce themselves. It looks like everybody here I know and has been here. So unless anybody, Natasha, go ahead.
So my question is, so I've been hearing for a while now about mining for crypto. It, to me, doesn't logically make sense. I also have not looked it up. I kind of wanted to hear it from your mouth. I feel like you would be the person to ask in a way where I could understand it. Like, what is this mining thing? It's not, I mean, it's not an actual real thing. I understand it's like everything's energy, but it still doesn't make sense to me.
Okay, so great question. Bitcoin is, there are two kinds of cryptocurrency, essentially. One's called proof of work and one's called proof of stake. Proof of work and how Bitcoin started is it created a long ledger that was all cryptographically encased in a password that you couldn't break. The password was set up not to have a steady password that would eventually be figured out, but was designed to keep changing until the amount of work on the CPU or the collection of CPUs worked hard enough, essentially enough time was spent, enough energy was spent to then unlock that block. And on that block were a bunch of coins, Bitcoins, data sets. And what you could do is you could put information on that block, or you could own essentially that coin, that data. So it was proof of work, meaning that the computers had to work long and hard enough for the blockchain to say, okay, it's worked hard enough. Now you have access to the chain, right? And on the chain is where you can store data. And in that chain of data are little alphanumeric codes, which represent coins or tokens, blockchain Bitcoins, right? So that's proof of work. And what you're doing is it's essentially you're mining, opening up the mine, and then putting a cage on it with a lock on it, and then you turn around and say and in that cage at the mouth of the mine, you put a little ledger where people can write notes or stick sticky notes or put a PNG or images or a person's data, and then you put a cage over it and a lock, and then you turn around and say, here's the key to that mine. We're not opening it. We're not mining the gold. It's just there is value there, and you can write stuff on this ledger if you have this key. And then what everybody's trading, the Bitcoins, are essentially those keys. Okay, that's why you get a public key, private key, and you're sending that key, like when somebody buys your Bitcoin, you're sending that key to them, and now they have access to that Bitcoin and that part of the block. Okay, so proof of stake is completely different. It's a ledger that instead of all the computers working to break it open, it's already open, and it's run by everybody who is holding that entire ledger on their computer or their server as a node. So it's holographically like represented on everybody's servers. Same thing with the Bitcoin one, but it's not opened until enough work has been done to release those Bitcoin. So with the proof of stake, you're saying, here's my fiat or my Bitcoin or my XRP, and I'm getting a bunch of Ethereum back. In the case of proof of stake with the Ethereum, we're just using Ethereum as an example. And so you're proving your stake in that blockchain by holding that Ethereum. Does that make sense?
I'm hearing you, but
I know you're speaking English. So proof of work requires computers to break open the blockchain by spending a certain amount of power. That's what people are doing with mining. What they're doing is they're buying a little rig that does nothing but spin and use energy trying to break a cryptographic algorithm. So they're essentially, it's just using power to to prove that it's done enough work. And then
I
the
hear you.
blockchain's open and more Bitcoins are discovered. Now, the reason why somebody like Elon Musk says, you know, it's not environmentally sound and all of this, he's saying literally the same stuff I've been saying since the very beginning of Bitcoin, that it's totally not decentralized as much as people think. But he is incorrect in saying that it is like an environmental hazard. And, you know, yes, the current mining on the planet for Bitcoin and other proof of work coins equivalates to or equivalent to Argentina's power usage. Okay.
Wow.
But the entire banking system, all of the banks all over the world, the SWIFT system, the power in their facilities, the computers that they're running off of coal, everything, that is so far out of the league of how much power Bitcoin's using. The entire legacy banking system uses at least 10 times more power than the entire cryptocurrency space and just the proof of work. Now, the Ethereum or proof of stake sort of model uses much less power. Oh, and another thing about the Bitcoin space, for Bitcoin, particularly in Bitcoin mining, 75% or 74% of all of the mining is done on renewables. So solar, wind, geothermal. So the case, if you will, that Elon has made about how untenable the blockchain space is just completely fabricated and false. And I suspect that there is a background attack on Bitcoin because of this, and he's sort of an agent of that in a sense publicly.
Yeah, I have a bad feeling about him with that. Like, yeah, there's some kind of agenda. Like, I don't know what it is.
There is an agenda.
Like
I get the
perhaps
sense that
maybe not to have crypto under market. Maybe he's trying to attack the whole market, perhaps.
no, he loves crypto.
Yeah.
Whatever reason he doesn't like
But
Bitcoin.
I feel like I feel like he sold out. And I've got my reasons. I'm telling you, they're legit. I got my reasons. I think he sold out. There's something going on, and I don't know what it is. Something going on.
I think he's towing a very fine line. I think he's ultimately on the side of humanity. He's got a kid's heart, and anybody who has a kid's heart and that sort of innocence is, in my opinion, in my experience, trying to do good. Him being where he is in terms of notoriety and building infrastructure that is critical to humanity moving forward, you know, I think he has a lot of pressures on him from various sources, and, you know, could be compromised in some way, shape, or form, but I get ultimately that he's trying to do good. That being said, he has the information and we don't, and we're just speculating on why he's doing this, right?
Right.
Yes, and I can say that what he did recently tweet about the Chinese centralization of Bitcoin mining is very true. I think it was like 67% or something like that of mining for Bitcoin is done out of China. And if those guys just decided, hey, we're going to fork it, they totally screw up the whole system and, you know, fork it. That being said, it's therefore not as decentralized as everybody thinks. I personally think PHIRE has nailed the ultimate balance of centralization and decentralization. And I think Ripple is an example of the legacy system more efficient. So they're set up in a totally centralized fashion without the decentralized governance, but that's really where we shine. Now, the mining is, again, just computers working, using energy to break open the blockchain so that you can get access to these coins and store data. Proof of stake is just everybody agrees and buys that coin in order and has that coin, and that validates their nodes and and both of them are distributed ledgers and are essentially holographic representations of the whole. But proof of stake takes a lot less energy. His wife sold him to aliens. That's great. His wife, who, Grimes, is that his wife? I don't think so. And Angelina says, and might be Jeff, not to mention the amount of power it takes to make one of his batteries. Yes, from somebody who's talking about environmental sustainability and talking about the blockchain, he sure is, you know, doing a whole lot of environment. So I think he's messing with the markets, and I think he's pushing Doge because it's less centralized than Bitcoin, and there might be a vulnerability in Bitcoin. And I suspect we're going to see a bloodbath in the markets when it comes to Bitcoin next month. So
I want to also, I'm sorry, I'm really not trying to be like mean and attack him, but like, I just want to like bring this, opinion forth. So he came out on Saturday Night Live that he has Asperger's, which is, being on the spectrum, on the autism spectrum. And that's that when you are in the spectrum, you have a kid's heart. So I see what you're saying, and I agree he does have a kid's heart, but sometimes we make certain choices in life where no matter how good our heart is, or how much of a kid's heart we have, sometimes we're in a position where somebody sells us something, right? And basically, I think at some point he had sold himself like to the dark side or whatever. That you could have a kid's heart and
become
sell out.
Who knows? Yeah.
Who knows? Sorry.
I know I'm getting Starlink, and I want to use Starlink, so, and probably a Cybertruck, who knows? But yeah, it's a complex world, there's
It is a very complex world.
Yeah.
Absolutely, I agree.
And ultimately we're just trying to do as much good as we can with what time we've got.
We're all trying, and you know what? It's all part of the whole. It's okay no matter where you are, no matter what side, whatever. It's all part of the whole.
Yeah.
And it's just an opinion from me. So
Yeah, agreed. So I took that off to go look at KuCoin now. So unless there are any other questions, we'll get into the meditation. Thank you, Natasha, by the way. If anybody has any last minute question, just unmute yourself and get to it. All right, then. Oh, you guys have Starlink? Is it working well, Kaylee? Skynet, funny. What I'm hearing is that the US government will eventually be managing through Space Force the free speech of the planet using Starlink or Skynet. And, even baby dragons are cute when they're born. So we'll see how that all rolls out. All right, so if you guys are ready, let's find ourselves in a comfortable position, and we'll begin the meditation. You're going to be chill, right? So thank you, everybody, for this. Works really well, but let's meditate. Hell yeah. Thank you, everybody, for this fireside chat on Monday, the 17th of May, 2021. And we'll begin the meditation. So please just take a nice couple breaths and become fully present here. We're going to increase the density of information and comprehension that we have. Just what a wonderful vessel that we are living in. And we'll begin by doing a rose gold light bath to increase the coherence and light within our being and become fully present and release any stress. Then we'll do a 4-count or 4-cycle breathing exercise where we picture the piezoelectric or Schumann resonance energy of the earth spiraling up our spine, clearing out our vessel, the vortex of our energy, to increase the amount of energy we can carry and transmit, increasing our aura field and our magnetism. And then we'll do a expansion visualization where we increase our size and perspective through various levels of our reality until we come back to our own spot in the universe, comprehending the greater collective amount of force and energy we wield as divine beings and eternal beings. So please find yourself in a comfortable seated position or lying down, whichever you prefer. And we'll begin the visualization of the rose gold light from the heavens coming down and hitting our crown chakra, the top of our skull. And wherever this rose gold light touches, imagine warmth, coherent radiance filling that vessel, your body. And imagine any of your stress melting off of you like beeswax or melted coconut oil to pool below you so that you are in effect above your stresses and your concerns. Imagine this rose gold light touching the crown of your head and seeping into inside of you, into your skull, and covering your brain, your third eye, releasing any stress from the top of your crown to your forehead. Just warm radiance, warmth and coherent peace. And as the light continues down through your crown and opens up your third eye, that you may see truly the world before you with the eyes of the Creator, that you might know clearly and effortlessly the path before you, avoiding any deceit, avoiding any corruption, and seeking and gazing upon beauty and truth. Release any tension from your forehead and from your ears, from your eyes as the light continues down within your skull, covering your eyes and your nose and your jaw, your teeth and your chin, filling your entire skull with radiant warmth and relaxation. Any stress melting off of you, picture it melting down your body into a pool below you, becoming fully present in gratitude in this moment. And as the light continues down through your neck, opening up the energy center of truth and expression, that only that which is divine and holy might come forward from your lips. Allowing the tension from your neck to release as the light continues down through your shoulders and then back of your neck, covering your arms and your biceps and your pecs, your back, filling your lungs with radiant warmth and your heart with love and gratitude. Picture the entire top half of your body filled with this radiant light, all the way down to your solar plexus and your biceps, in that place where you know I am, that radiant center of your being, deep in relaxation, effortlessness, and acceptance for that which is and that which you are. And cold light fills up your into your belly, your elbows. That striving of yours, that creative life force for achieving, expressing, is opened, relaxed and warm, full of coherent, radiant light. And as the light continues down into your pelvis, you're without fear, in balance with those of your fellows, those of your species, your tribe, your community, your soul group, and you are safe. As the light continues down through your thighs and your knees, your shins and your feet, from your heels to your toes, this radiant warmth is completely enveloped inside of you. From head to toe, from skin to bone, coherent, radiant light structuring the atoms of your body, structuring the molecules and cells of your vessel, filled with awareness and acceptance and peace. Imagine the pool of stress fully melted off of you, and that you are sitting or lying above it, completely capable of addressing it at some point in the future. But for right now, you are at peace. Breathing comfortably in this place that you call here and now. The leading edge of your ancestry and all of those who came before you. all of those whose lives were lived in passion, perseverance, overcoming challenges, loving, struggling, so that you could be here now experiencing creation. We will begin the breathing exercise. When we inhale, imagine a spiraling tornado of life force energy from the earth, spiraling up your spine, opening up all of your energy centers and filling your vessel with more radiant light. And when we have completely inhaled, we will hold it, becoming aware of the stillness and the ways that we float in this atomic field of life and creation. And then when you exhale, imagine a water fountain of light energy spiraling out of the crown of your head, structuring the field of your aura in the same way that a magnet structures iron filings around it, creating greater coherence in the geometric forms of the air molecules around you to better hold the magnetism of life that you conduct. And with the full exhale, we will hold it, becoming aware of the stillness and the floating within the sea and the symphony of creation. Inhale the life force energy up your spine and hold it. Increasing our awareness of our field. Exhale, spiraling, increasing the coherence of your field, and hold it. Inhale, spiraling the energy up your spine, increasing the light in your being, and hold it. Exhale, structuring the atomic torus around you of all the molecules in air into coherence, greater expression of you, and hold it. Inhale, spiraling the energy of the earth up your spine, and hold it. Effortlessly exhale, spiraling it through your field, increasing your coherence and magnetism, and hold it. Enjoying the stillness. Inhale and hold it. A divine being of the cosmos, exhale, increasing the coherence of your atomic field, and hold it. One last time, inhale and hold it. Exhale, increasing the coherence of your system, and hold it. Breathe comfortably. And take a moment to become aware of the molecules of your vessel and the molecules of air around you as a further expression of your being. An extrasensory place where the charges of your loved ones appear, where the charges of your emotions discharge and express. That place around you in your field that is also you, so that when somebody that you love calls you and you know it is them without even looking at the phone. In this field is where all of your extrasensory abilities come. Increase your awareness of the atomic structure of that air around you. It is your magnetic field. The greater you can structure this field around you, the more magnetic your personality, the more magnetic your desires, the more effortlessly that which you seek manifests. Become aware of the space around you and the molecules in the air and the molecules of the building that you are housed within, whether it is your home or your apartment or your office or an outdoor kitchen. Become aware of this place and this space and how it is holding your story, your song, and all of your emotions when they express themselves in the field around you, embed themselves into this building, into this place, housing your memories, your emotional discharges, your peace, nurturing you and holding you safely. Increase the size and magnification of your perspective so that you are taking up the entirety of the room and are aware of all of the molecules with your mind's eye, floating and undulating, discharging and holding themselves together with the charge of life that holds all atoms together. Increase your size and awareness until you are floating up and above this building. If it is an apartment, you are floating above the apartment. If it is a home, you are floating above the home. Aware of all the life forms, the story of this place, aware of the environments around you, with the various plants and animals, two-legged ones, the symphony of story that is going on around you. A sea of atoms undulating and expressing themselves, within which you float, in which you are a part. Sea of millions of atoms expressing themselves with the life force of creation. Increase your size and magnification until you are floating above the state or county, with all of the various life forms within it. The song of creation in this local field of awareness, full of drama, challenges, loves, passions, strivings, the animals surviving, the air moving, the trees striving for the sun, the humans singing their song. Increase your size and magnification until you are floating above this county, state, or nation, full of the millions of life forms, the plants, the two-legged ones, the winged ones, the four-legged ones, the soils and the insects, churning, expressing life, the symphony of creation of which you are a part, expressing your point in the infinite creator, understanding your place in the grand symphony. Increase your size and magnification until you are floating high in the atmosphere at the edge of the world, looking down upon a world in tribulation and transformation, a symphony of balance and beauty, expression, adventure, experience, souls struggling, souls striving, souls dancing, expressing the one infinite creator in a myriad of forms and notes. See the others in this meditation at the outer edge of the atmosphere surrounding the world as lights, their souls and innocence striving. Imagine a string of light from you to each of them, and from each of them to one another and to you, creating a web of understanding, unification, and as this web forms, imagine it radiating down and pulsing love and balance, beauty and peace to the world below, through the radiant field of atoms, pulsing the key, the life force, through those atoms, to the center of the earth, through all the beings that are there, that they might know peace for a moment, that they might know their infinite creator within for a moment. Imagine a world balanced in beauty, health, and well-being, technology, and safe ecosystems, healthy ecosystems, a future which we are destined for. And as you are doing this, you are aware of the angelic presences between us, through us, here at the edge of the atmosphere, guardians radiating down peace and well-being to those below, in their gratitude and recognition of you in your place in this symphony. Increase your size and magnification until we are aware of the moon and the other spheres of this solar system, each one comprised of billions of atoms and molecules, expressing the one infinite creator in a myriad of forms in the grand symphony, each one a song, eternal in its breath, spiraling around the central sun, full of souls, expressing itself and creating the atoms within which you are most comfortable. The infinite creator dwelling in the atoms of its own making, clothed and dancing through the symphony of creation. Increase your size and magnification until you are aware of the solar system shrinking to a pinprick of light. In space surrounded by many infinite pinpricks of light, each one a solar system with its central soul and planetary spheres around it which spin, comprised of infinite amount of atoms expressing themselves in trillions of forms. Ancient civilizations which have come and gone, current civilizations which are expressing the infinite creator in their own way, all alive, singing the song of creation in the grand symphony of creation. As we increase our size and magnification, all of those pinpricks of light shrink and you are floating above the Milky Way galaxy, spiraling full of billions of star systems, billions of planetary gnosis and points of consciousness, dancing in a field in the spiraling arms of the infinite galaxy, expressing the one infinite creator in myriad forms. You are home. You are part of this song. Your note shall ring true and clear in the dance on this place. You increase your size and magnification until the galaxy shrinks to a pinpoint of light, and you are aware of an infinite sea of galaxies, all of which are comprised of billions of star systems, comprised of trillions of life forms, expressions of the one infinite creator spiraling through the galaxies of infinite universes. You increase your size and magnification, you become aware of the entirety of the universe shrinking to a pinpoint of light. And again, you are surrounded by infinite pinpoints of light. In this universe and those universes are atoms. And they are as distant from one another as the center of the atom is from its electrons. And you find that these atoms are comprising molecules. And these molecules are comprising cells in your body. And in each one of the cells, each one of the molecules, comprised of each one of the atoms, exists an infinite, unbounded universe of potential, with uncountable life forms, uncountable star systems, churning the creation of the universe into existence within you and around you. And you are sitting back in the place where you began, with the comprehension that in each one of the cells, working in each one of the molecules, comprising all of the cells in your body, working together in harmony, comprise the totality of billions of universes working in harmony to express you in this place that you call here and now. And in each one of those atoms are the infinite ancestors throughout creation that have unfolded in the infinite creator. An unending symphony of creation. Balanced here, you are floating with the gift of experience and of presence in a localized field of awareness that you call I am. With the unbounded potential of infinite civilizations, you exist. And as you understand this in deeper and deeper ways, you will express the unbounded infinite love's longing for itself into the world around you. And that which you seek shall be what you find. And truly, I greet you in the love and the light of the infinite creator. Aho. Become aware of your feet and your fingers and your breathing in your body and the animation of these trillions of universes that are you. Thank you very much for your time this morning, for your attention, and for your questions.
Aho.
Aho. If anybody would like to share their experience of that, please feel free to do so. All right, well, with that, we're going to end the recording. End the live stream.